You hear every year, this is the year Ohio State tight ends get the ball, and the first game they didn't. And then, how good did it feel to get involved?
Yeah, it felt good. I've got I think 4 catches in the first 2 games, which is good. A little more productivity than last year, so it's good.
Urban said in the press conference in there that Jeff Heuerman was starting to play like Jeff Heuerman. Who were you playing like before?
It was the first game. I didn't, play as well as I liked. And, Buffalo gave us some weird looks. And, they had a good, give credit where credit's due. That linebacker they had, was a good player. So he made a few plays. And, I played a little bit better this week. So.
Is it just a weekly thing for you guys? I know that the game plan is going to change, but weeks go from 0 to 5 or 6 catches, and you just don't know what's going to happen until Monday or Tuesday of the week?
Realistically, you don't really know until it happens. That first catch on that slant I had, I couldn't tell you the last time I ever caught one of those, not even in practice. I'm kind of a decoy on that play, to get our Z receiver, usually Evan Spencer, open and try and get it to him right behind me. And, it just happened to work out. That linebacker, flowed a little fast and left me open, and Braxton was able to get it out before he got tackled. So.
Have you seen Braxton today?
Yeah, I saw him this morning.
What are your thoughts about his likelihood of him playing this week?
Braxton's a tough kid, and if he can play, he'll definitely be out there playing for the team. And so I saw him this morning, and he was coming in getting treatments, and I talked to him for a few minutes, and so he's kind of taking it day to day. But I know our trainers and our coaching staff and stuff, they'll do everything they can to have him ready. And I know how bad he wants to be out there. So if he can be out there, he'll definitely be there.
What do you guys as a team think? Like at the Purdue game, he literally had to be carted off, and the next thing you know, he's in the hospital, and then he's back. The next week, pretty sound. And you saw him Saturday. It looked like he was in pretty much pain. Yet he came back out and wanted to play and stuff. What do y'all think when y'all see him go down? What's your first thought, Jeff?
Just.
You understand what I'm asking?
Right.
History.
Right. You just don't want it to be anything serious, anything season-ending, anything like that. Everyone gets part of playing football is you get banged up, you get bruises, you get you get little minor injuries and stuff. And I think that's the first thing that kind of runs through everyone's head. But then you just gotta get it right on to the next play. We have everyone, the whole team has a ton of confidence in Kenny Guyton, and know that he can come in and step in and keep the offense rolling and run it. Not quite as good as Braxton, but he can get everything going that almost everything Braxton can. So. Do
you remember that moment or that practice, or maybe it was not till the Purdue game, where y'all felt that about Kenny Guyton? Do you remember?
I think we felt it before. I think we felt it before that.
Well, in what regard?
In practice. Yeah, you see it a lot in practice. Coaches put us in situations sometimes like that where they take Braxton out, and here's Kenny. Kenny's in now, and you still got to go about the game, and we do it on the practice a lot. You still got to go about practice, and Kenny's awesome. Coach Meyer always talks about taking game reps and taking mental reps. And mental reps are just as important as game reps, and Kenny takes more mental reps than anyone does, and it really pays off. You can really see it on Saturdays when he comes in. So
Jeff, Kenny has proven that he's been able to come in and help you guys when Braxton's come out. The fans have been concerned with just Braxton and just how that's kind of become a trend where he's had little things come up. Do they have reason to be concerned? There is. I know that Kenny's come in and done good things, but at the end of the day, Braxton's still one of the most dynamic players in college football, and to take him off.
Yeah, like I said, you're going to get bumps and bruises. You're going to have things, not always go your way. And, I don't think there's no reason to be concerned. Braxton plays a huge role in this offense, especially with his legs and stuff. So he's moving around a lot. He's throwing the ball. He's got a bunch of reads and everything. Sometimes things don't go as planned. And, he took a shot and knee twisted up a little bit. So, but he'll be fine. I don't think there's any major concern about the way he plays, or he's a dynamic athlete. He's an incredible athlete, and I think he'll be fine.
Is that little Band-Aid on your knee? Is that in honor of him? On your left knee?
Yeah, the whole team's wearing them.
Did he say anything to you about whether he thinks he can play?
No, I don't know. No, he hasn't said anything to me about it.
What has he done that you describe him as tough? Can you give an example of a time where he exhibited toughness in your mind?
Just being a quarterback at Ohio State, you got to be tough. You're under such a microscope, and everything you do and everything you say, people notice it. And but just being able to, he's handled a lot of adversity. As my class has. This is Braxton and I, and Shazier and Joel Hale, we all came in early, so we're on our third head coach. We started out with Coach Tressel in spring, and then Coach Fickle, and now Coach Meyer. So we're on the third head coach, but Braxton's tough. Every day I see him, he works hard in the weight room, works hard in the practice field, and so.
Do you guys look at this game as is it a big challenge to go on the road all the way out to Cal and play out there? Is this just another non-conference game?
Kind of both. I've never been to California. I know a lot of guys haven't. I've never traveled out that way. Coach Meyer said it'll be tough traveling out there. It's about a 4-hour plane ride, and but I think once we get out there and once we get settled, and everything will be fine. And at the end of the day, you're just playing another football game. It doesn't really matter where you're at. So.
Ask Phil if he was looking forward to being out there in the Bay Area and seeing whatever, and he basically so many words said no. I mean, just there's nothing there you wanted to see. So,
right.
Is there anything there you want to see? I mean, if you.
Even if there is, I don't think there's going to be a whole lot of opportunity to go sightseeing. But I think we'll just get out there and we'll just go about our normal routine and our normal business. We'll play the game and we'll be on that flight home before you know it.
How tough is it to stay in that bubble though, Jeff? When you're in, a place you've never been before, and you are curious. It's how tough is it to stay in the bubble?
I don't think it's not that bad. I mean, you're focused on the game so much and worried about the game and everything. Obviously it'll be kind of different seeing California or whatever, but it's not that big of a deal. Especially we're flying out Friday morning. We'll be there the rest of the day Friday. We play on Saturday and we're home. So
does it hurt the national perception of you guys playing the teams that you've played so far?
Wait, what?
Does it hurt the national perception of you guys playing the teams that you've had to play so far?
I don't think so. I mean, we don't make the schedules. We just play, and obviously some of the teams open up with bigger teams than we have. But at the end of the day, I mean, we're just doing what we're told. We're playing the games that we have scheduled, and that's what we're doing.
Does it bother you at all? I mean, you're 2-0, and yet you move down in one poll 2 notches and another poll 1 notch, or is it too early to worry about that?
Right. It's so early. We only played 2 games. So many things can happen the next 10 weeks of the season. You can't worry about the polls or that stuff. Like I said, we don't set the schedules. We don't worry about that. We just go out and play, and we win. We're 2-0, and that's all we can worry about. So,
Jeff, with the number of skilled position options that you guys have on this team, I mean, do you guys wonder during the week what the game plan is going to look like? Who's going to get the ball this week, or I don't know. Is it? Right,
I see where you're coming from. Yeah, I mean, we have a ton of skill athletes and a ton of guys that can touch the ball and make plays with the ball. So, but like I said, I mean, yeah, you got the game plan in, but part of playing Ohio State is teams, they give you stuff that you're not prepared for. If they come out and play exactly what you think they're going to play, it's probably going to be a long day for them. So sometimes they come out in these first 2 games, they've come out and give us stuff that that they didn't show on film, in recent games and stuff. And so at that point, you just got to adjust, you got to adapt, and sometimes our game plans change. And like I said on that catch I had, I mean, I don't know when the last time I caught one of those balls was, and so it just worked.
I mean,
when I saw Braxton look, I felt that linebacker come out, and I saw Braxton look at me, and then I figured he was going to try and get it out. So he got it out right away.
So the plays y'all ran the first 2 games, y'all jumped out on both teams pretty well. Were y'all just running stuff that pretty much is going to work against almost anything? I mean, just talk about how because you're running them rapid fire, just.
Yeah, I mean, every one of our plays you have rules for whatever the defense does, and so I think knowing those rules, and both teams we played, the first 2 they played some sort of odd defense, and so that helped too. Going 2 weeks with that, and having the all fall camp to get ready for that stuff. So you got your rules, and you got to respond to whatever the defense.
Now this week you're going against a base 4-3. I mean, these guys have switched over from what they played last year and stuff.
Right.
How much extra study does it take this week, like for a position guy like yourself?
Not a whole lot actually, because we play a pretty base 4-3 defense, and so that's what we always go against in practice and all fall camp. So it's not that much different, but obviously our first 2 games have been against some sort of odd team. So this week it'll be a little different.
Andre Wilson's touchdown run, was it were you on the field for that?
Yeah. You didn't see that cut block?
Well, when you see it in film, though, when you see it in film at his game speed, I mean, you guys see it in practice. Was that everyone else's first chance to really see what kind of burst he has?
Yeah. I mean, the kid can run. He can flat out fly. You know, we saw that in the first few days of fall camp, and you know, I don't think you've really seen it all yet. You know, he hasn't had one of those runs where it's just straight up he runs away from people yet that we've seen in practice before. So I think that'll be exciting when you finally see that. So
Thanks.
Thanks,
Jeff.
thanks, guys.